Hello solo leveling fans and welcome back to a new video. Real quick before we get started, I just want to say big thank you to everyone that is supporting the channel, and we are growing at an incredible rate, guys. We're so close to hitting that 600 subscriber mark, and if you find yourself coming back to the channel and you're not subscribed already, why not? You're enjoying the content anyways, and it's absolutely free, helps out a ton, and we're trying to work to that 1000 subscriber goal. But with that being said, guys, you know it's not going to be a good day when like you log in and Dongpu's just stood there waiting for you. God damn it, man. Like, look at this, man. He's built like a brick wall. Holy size difference. Look at this. Emma's like, what in the brick wall is going on? But anyways, let's go to our main topic for today, which is going to be the artifacts. And we're going to be talking about the best artifact sets to be running on both your Sung Jinwoo and your hunters, basically, or the top hunters that you should be using at the moment. Now for artifacts, we're going to be talking about the burning curse set, because obviously that is the main artifact that deals a lot of damage. It dishes out a flat ton of damage. And for your Sung Jinwoo, you can run either your burning curse set, 4-piece burning curse set, not the 8-piece, but 4-piece burning curse set, and 4 expert for a lot of damage, or you can run something like the warmonger set, because a lot of people have been asking, is the warmonger set good here? Obviously with the expert set as well, but the reason why warmonger set is actually pretty damn good is because it's better overall in the short duration fights, or like the fights that are like not on the long run, right? For the curse set to be good, you have to wait a little bit of time for it to take effect, because it stacks up over time. So for example, if we go ahead and look at take a look here at the curse set, whereas the curse set, there we go, ring of the burning curse, and as you can see here at the 4 set effect, or wherever it is, it increases the user damage taken by 20%, increases the user damage dealt by 20%, and additionally increases damage dealt by 0.1 every 1 second. So every second that you use this set, your damage is increasing, right? So when you get about to, it stacks up to 100 times, obviously. So when you get about to 40 stacks, that's when this set becomes better than the warmonger set. I just wanted to clarify that. But warmonger is better for the reason being, for the only reason being is that the damage that you get from it is absolutely flat. Like it's straight up the same throughout the whole fight. So as you can see here at the 4 set effect, when the user attacks hit, their attack and defense increases by 3% for 6 seconds, stacking up to 8 times, and with a half-second cooldown. So you get that 24% power increase, or attack and defense power increase, which is flat. But once you hit that point, you don't get any more attack from this set, and that is why like it's overall better for the shorter fights and for stacking quickly your attack or your damage at that point. But obviously when it comes down to the longer fights, you want to be using your burning curse set. As for your hunters, which sets should you be more concerned about? Now let's take a look here at some of the hunters that we have here. For example, for Alicia, me personally, I am a big fan when it comes down to Alicia for the solid foundation set. As you can see here, obviously this is by no means optimized, but this is something that you want to be running. Instead of the romantic seashell set here, you want to be running something like the expert set. This would be 100 times better for your Alicia. Now, solid foundation is really good, but make sure once you're running that solid foundation here is that you pay good attention to your core attack here, or your core attack ability, which is your frost arrow, and obviously your ultimate ability, because that also again focuses a lot on your core attack. Obviously each one of these abilities will obviously give you the core attack here, but I'm just saying that the core attack is super important, because that's where all your damage is going to be coming from when it comes down to Alicia. So yeah, my advice is going for the solid foundation set with 4 expert. If you however don't have this, you can always go for burning curse set, or you can go for something like the warmonger set. Obviously increases your attack and defense, but again, like I said, keep in mind that when you go for or you can even go for the toughness set, depending on like what level your gear is. But me personally, I would probably say solid foundation comes in first. Second place, I would say 4 curse, 4 expert, and that would be your Alicia build. Now when it comes down to someone like Mary here, she's an absolute must build at this point, right? Let's be honest, she is one of the most important hunters. Obviously again, you're gonna run 4 on 4 right here. You're gonna want to run 4 burning curse here, and 4 expert set here, because it's really good. Now the reason being for that is it's going to increase obviously your damage over time, and she's more focused on attack, believe it or not. She's more focused on attack than your critical hit rate and critical hit damage. So building her something that increases her attack over time and makes her scale even harder, especially with someone like Kanseme as well, buffing her damage, or Wu here, running a full win team is definitely going to benefit her a lot. Now, Jiwoo is an interesting one, right? Because with Jiwoo you can go multiple paths. Again, there's no right way to be building a hunter, obviously, but there are some sets that are better than others. So for example, Jiwoo here on this hand right here, Jiwoo, she should be running something like the Burning Greed set. Now the Burning Greed set is really good because it makes her break effectiveness really good, and it also, let me go ahead and just take a look here at the codex for you guys. So if we go ahead and take a look at her artifacts here, you'll see that the Burning Greed set, or the Bracelet of Burning Greed here, you'll see that at the 8 set effect, which is what you should be aiming for, when attacking enemies that have elemental weakness, the break effect increases by 30%. Enhanced Greed enhances to Burning Greed, and what that basically does, it increases the user and their team members' critical hit rate by 15% and critical hit damage by 30. So as you can see here, it really becomes really strong, and she doesn't only become an insane breaker, but she also provides critical hit rate and critical hit damage, which are both like great stats to be having on your DPS hunters, or any of your hunters basically, if you're looking for that. So that would be your main goal, right? Let's say you don't have all 8 pieces for your curse set. What else could you be going for? You could definitely be going for something like the Executioner or the Behemoth set. This one right here, the Behemoth set or the Executioner, and as you can see here, HP conditions goes to 70%, which is basically when attacking enemies with 40 or less HP, increases the user damage dealt by 8%. Obviously this changes from 40 to 70 here if you have a 4 set equipped. So you either go for greed, for Burning Greed, and then for Burning Greed for Executioner, or you can go something like 8 Burning Greed set, because that is absolutely fantastic, and that will be really good. Let's say you don't have the Burning Greed set at all, don't worry, you can always just go for something like let me see here, we can go for something like this one right here, the Solid Analysis set, because that also again increases your break effectiveness by 15%. So the 15% right here is really good, but obviously at the 4 set effect, that's really good, because like you get some of the buffs from the greed set. So when attacking enemies that have elemental weakness, the break effect increases by 30%, and as you can see here, obviously it increases the break effectiveness by another 15% at 2 piece. So yeah, keep that in mind while you're running your Jiwoo here, and she's definitely going to be an insane breaker that you can really depend on these fights. Now moving on to another unit here is going to be your Melee Fisher. Melee Fisher, or your support hunters, this can apply for multiple support hunters obviously. Now when it comes down to Melee, your Hanseme, your Min, all these good hunters, all these good support hunters, you want to be focusing on artifacts that basically again give a lot of healing, give a lot of blessings, no pun intended obviously, but like you can be running things like, let's see here, for Hanseme I'm running a full blessing set. As you can see here, this is my #1 option, and obviously you want to be focusing on things like additional HP and HP percentage for all your hunters that are support based, because that's how they scale. Now when it comes down to your sets, obviously 8 blessing is going to be the best option here, because again, if you go ahead and scroll down to this, you'll see that it increases the user damage dealt by 20% and restores 0.2 of their HP every 1 second. That is obviously a great blessing to have, and it obviously helps out your teammates a ton. Now another set that you can be going for here is obviously when it comes down to your hunters, or your support hunters basically, is the Angel in White. And the Angel in White is so good here. Let me just go ahead and go to the codex, go to artifacts here, scroll a little bit down, and we'll see that the Angel in White, or the Cleric set here. So the Angel in White, as you can see here, the user HP increases by 8%, but also increases the user healing given by 8%, increasing the damage of the team member with the highest total power by another 8%. So these are like really good stats, as you can see here, and it will definitely help you out a ton when it comes down to your teams overall. Now that will be your left side. That will be like the 4-piece the 4 pieces on the side. And if you want to run something really good here, it will be the Peridot necklace. Obviously I'm giving you guys this information depending on obviously how you are progressed in the game. So it's like if you're a little bit further progress, that you can obtain some of these. That's really, really good. If not, don't worry, I'll also tell you another option when it comes down to these artifacts. So when the user uses their QTE support skills or ultimate skill, increases the user and their team elemental weakness damage by 5%, and obviously this goes to 60% here, excuse me, 60 seconds, and increases the elemental weakness damage effect stacks to 3 instances. So yeah, overall a really, really great support artifact here. As you can see, the Soph blessing, and obviously, like I said, you can run on the left side the cleric set, and then on the right side is the self. If you don't have any of these artifacts, don't worry, you can always just run the good old holy gloves here, old noble sacrifice set. It increases your HP by 8% here, but also decreases your attack, so that's why I don't really like to use this one as much. But if you have no other options, if you don't have the blessing or the angel in white, don't worry, that's okay too. And if you don't have the peridot necklace here or the peridot set, you can always use things like the aquamarine, if I can find it, that is the aquamarine set or the aquamarine necklace or the aquamarine yeah, there we go, the aquamarine set or the outstanding connection, because you know their supports are going to be tagging out a lot, so when they tag out, increase the user and the team members attack by 12% for 10 seconds, which kind of like makes up for the you know, the 8% that you're losing here when you're using the noble sacrifice set, which is all right, I guess. But yeah, I think that brings us to a small I think that's it, honestly. I think that's it when it comes down to the artifact set. So your DPS is going to obviously, like I said, depending on what you need and what your hunter scales off of, that would be either solid foundation if you're focusing on your core attacks, so people for Alicia, for example. If not, then you want to be running 4 curse, 4 expert. Your Jinwoo should be running 8 greed set, and blessing for your supports, a blessing for your supports. Other options, like I said, could be like I mentioned earlier in the video, you can always check those out. But with that being said, I think that brings us to the end of our video. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you found it informational. If you found it enjoyable, don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe down below, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Happy leveling. Peace.